Hey, I've got a story. I was just listening to MFW's live, and she mentioned something about truckers. And, I think truckers are cool. I don't have anything against them except one. And that's the story. Okay, so 1985, I graduated high school, and my girlfriend and I, Pam, decided to after our open houses, take all of our money and head to Florida where her mom lives and find a job and work and have her own apartment and live happily ever after. So we fly to Virginia where her sister lives, and then we drive to Florida. And so we're driving along, and it's like 3 in the morning, and we're popping no-dos and chugging the coffee. And this truck driver is behind us. And oh, wait, I forgot the part. Hang on. Okay. So we stop at a truck stop and we get a cup of coffee and, rest our eyes, just sit in something other than the car. And so we're getting ready to leave, and this guy comes up to us and he asks both Pam and I, "Where are you girls headed?" And we're like, I'm 18, she's 18. And we go, "Oh, we're going to Florida." And he's like, "Well, why don't you guys follow behind me? Because that's where I'm headed too. And you can catch the tailwind and you'll get better gas mileage." And we're like, "Oh, that sounds cool." Okay, so he gets in his truck, we get in her car, and we start booking it down I-75. And we're 2-3 hours into the road trip, and he pulls over, and we're in Macon, Georgia right now. He pulls to the side of the road in this desolate, wooded, no, just right off the expressway. And I wasn't liking it, and I told Pam, I said, "Lock your door." So we locked our doors. He came right over to Pam's side and tried to open the door. Thank God she locked it. And he's like this, like, "Roll down your windows." So she does about that much. And he said, "We've been on the road for a long time, and what can happen is, your tires can heat up and they could like thin and blow up, and you could lose control and have an accident. So I think we should let our tires cool." And that just was not right. And he asked Pam, "Why don't you step out of the car and stretch your legs?" And Pam said, "No, we're good." And that's when I held Pam's hand, and we were really sweaty. And so then I remember my mom saying, "If you're ever in a scary situation, just pretend you're going to puke." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up." I'm leaned over. And he walks away from Pam's side and he comes over to my side, and I roll my window down like this, and I feel this like that. And I turn and look, and no freaking shit. It was like a 38, like a small snub nose little guy. I'll never forget what he said. He goes, "There's good truck drivers and there's bad truck drivers, and you've met up with the worst." Pam puts it in first, starts to book it, and he's like, I'll shoot." So Pam stopped. Now we're both full blown ass bawling our eyes out. So he goes back over to Pam's side, and she's like, "I thought you were a friend. I thought you were gonna help us get to Florida safely. You're just a fucking asshole." And this is after repeatedly him saying, "Get out of the fucking car, get out of the fucking car." And we're like, no, it's not gonna happen. And he could have killed us both right there, and it was desolate. There was no cars for miles and miles each way. Anyways, so Pam's telling him this, "I thought you were our friend. You were going to get blah, blah, blah." And he's like, he looks at his gun and he's like, "This isn't a real gun. I was just trying to teach you girls a lesson not to talk or to strangers or, whatever." And we're like, this is not happening. So he walks away. He gets into his truck. Pam puts it in first. We sped off. We're like doing 90 miles an hour, trying to lose this guy and praying for a police officer to pull us over so we can say, look at this guy. There's a trucker back there who just had a gun and threatened to kill us. And, okay, so he's gone. The police never came. We crossed the Florida state line, and now we're doing regular speed, and we're both, having freaking panic attacks because we cannot believe what just happened. And Pam looks in a rearview mirror, and he was coming right behind us. And how we knew is because he had an upside down lidded cross on his grill and all kinds of lights, and this one was really bright, and we're like, motherfuck. And he's cruising, and we're still doing the normal, and he's in the other lane, we're in the slow lane, and he honks as he passes us right by. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we both suffered from PTSD for like a couple weeks, because I wanted to go home. I called my parents and told them, I said, I'm scared to death. He followed us. I thought for sure he followed us. He knew we were. I called my parents, and they're like, I'm so sorry that happened to you, but he's gone. He's not coming back. And you're a big girl, you're going to run into these situations. I mean, she was trying to do the tough love. Well, you wanted to go, and we told you I wouldn't. But I was 18. Here's what I would say. I would say, well, I'm 18, so you really can't tell me what to do. Yeah, I was bogue to my parents when I was 18, but it passed. So, yeah, that's my trucker story. This is my right hand. God's honest truth. It was terrifying. All right, thanks for listening. Have a great evening.